Hey, good morning, Gasaholics. It's Monday. Thanks for joining in. I'm Hot Rod Bob, and you've got Gas, the Great American Auto Scene Morning Edition. And it's M for Monday. Yeah, I'm a little late in planning things, but hey, it's Monday. Now, we've done F for Friday. I think it's only fair we do M for Monday. So what names do we have for cars? Well, you know what? Besides Mercury and Mazda, and their model Miata and the Mercury Monarch, there's other brands, actually brand names that begin with M's. And let's take a look at some of them. There's Magna, Mallet, Monroe, Masonry, March, Marcos, Marmon, Marusa, Maserati, Masteretta, Maytech, Matra, Maybach, Mazda, Maisel. I thought she was just a comedian on TV. Mazzanti, MCA, MG, McCullough, McLaren, MCB, Mega, Melling, Mercedes, Mercedes-Benz. There's a difference. Mercedes Knight, Mercer, Miller, Minerva, Mini, Mirage, Mitsubishi, Mitsuka, Mobsteel, Chicago brand, Momo, Monteverde, Mooncraft, Moretti, Morgan, Morris, Mosler, Mr. Norms. Mr. Norms? That's not a car brand. He was a car dealer. MRT, MSO, MTM, Mugen. Mugen's a performance company. They don't make their own cars. Mullen, Multimac, Muntz. Remember the Muntz Jet? Yeah, he didn't make his own car either. He stretched and modified a Cunningham. Marina. All right, let's take a look at some of these. Magna. Now, Magna Steyr AG is an Austrian automobile manufacturer based in Austria. That's why they're an Austrian car company. It's a subsidiary of a Canadian-based company called Magna International. The company engineers, design, develop, and assemble automobiles for other companies on a contract basis. So you want a car, you contract with them, they make it. They charge you for it, you sell it, you make some money, you got a car. That makes them the largest contract manufacturer for automobiles in the world. Now, Magna Steyr has developed several cars on behalf of auto manufacturers such as Audi, really, Fiat, and Peugeot. Now, which cars did they develop? There was the Audi TT. I like that little car. The Fiat Bravo had one of those. And the Peugeot RCZ. Okay. Mallet Performance Cars is an aftermarket tuning company based in Charlotte, North Carolina. All right, so Mallet isn't a car company. They're a tuner company. They modify cars. They don't build their own cars. They modify Corvettes, Cadillacs, and they put a V8 engine in a Pontiac Solstice. Ooh, nice pocket rocket. All right, Memero Engineering Company is an engineering automotive company that specializes in providing engine modifications. Again, not a car manufacturer. Let's go back to manufacturers, people that actually built cars. Marcos Engineering is a British sports car manufacturer. The company is known for developing low coupes such as the Marcos GT and the Marcos Mantis. They're out of business, though, but they are a cool company. Hi, Marlon Mitchell. You're not a car manufacturer either. All right, March Engineering was a British Formula One constructor and manufacturer of custom racing cars. Okay, so they built cars, not for the road, but for racing. Marmon. Now, Marmon Motor Company was an American automobile manufacturer founded by Howard Carpenter Marmon. As soon as the company started developing and producing automobiles in 1902, Marmon quickly earned a reputation for their speedy, upscale, and reliable cars. The Marmon Wasp was perhaps the most famous car made by them. You ever heard of it? Yeah, I didn't think so. The company was the first ever winner of the Indianapolis 500. And in 1911, They did it. You heard of them any since then? Now, I do know Marmon Harrington was an upfitter, and they converted many cars to four-wheel drive first SUVs, and they are well known and looked for in Ford Woody station wagons when you can find one of them. Marussia Motors was a Russian sports car manufacturer founded in 2007, and it was also the first Russian company to produce a supercar. Ever hear of it? Nope. Gone. Good morning, Fast Eddie. Maserati is an Italian luxury vehicle manufacturer established in 1914. I didn't realize it was that old. By Alfieri Maserati. The company's objective is to build luxurious and stylish, exclusive, high-performance automobiles with an emphasis on Italian design. Maserati has produced a great number of cars, which include luxurious road-going vehicles, racing cars, and concept cars. Yeah, I've heard of them, but I didn't realize they were that old. This is interesting stuff. Masteretta Cars is a Mexican car company and a design studio established to design cars in 1987. Now, during the 90s, the company started as a developer of kit cars under the Tecnodia and Undicero brand names. It was only in 2010 when they introduced the Masteretta MXT that the company gained national and international recognition. Never heard of them. Okay. Maytag, and this is a Swiss company that modifies Fords. Martin Bertek in 2006 started the company. The company is known for its partnership with Ford Racing to develop Ford GT sports cars to be used by competitors. So they're more of a race shop, not a manufacturer. Matra, they have some beautiful cars. Now, Matra Automobiles was a French automobile manufacturer known for their sports cars and racing cars, which employed tremendous success in motorsports racing in Europe. The Matra 530 and the Matra Baghira was built in partnership with another automaker, Simca. Now, Simca was bought by the Chrysler Corporation, pretty much dissolved, and marketed the cars the Matra Simca. Interesting. Now, Maybach, when that name is said, you think of a Highline Mercedes. Maybach is a German car sub-brand of Mercedes. So, much like Ford had Mercury, Mercedes has Maybach. Okay, so they're owned by Daimler, which is Mercedes, and it's used to be a standalone ultra-luxury car brand in the late 20th century, and during the early part of this century, they stayed in business. As of 2018, the brand name is used for luxury Mercedes vehicles. It's no longer a brand on its own. Mazda, we all know about them, the first guys to put a rotary engine into mass production. Now, they're not the first one to use the Wankel rotary, but Mazda put their name on the map back in the 1960s, here in the U.S. in the 70s, when they introduced the rotary-powered car. Good morning, John Gomes. Now, the corporation is simply Mazda in Japan, and they manufacture cars and trucks, light duty primarily. The company traces its origins, though, back to the 1920s, but we hadn't heard of it until they brought in the rotary motors. Maisel Group, not the comedian, Ms. Maisel, but a Maisel Group, is a Spanish design studio based in Barcelona, Spain. The studio specializes in designing concept cars and providing automobile engineering solutions, but they do not make their own vehicle. They have tried the Mazda Identity i1, a rear-wheel drive concept car, is the closest they've gotten. Mazzanti, automobile and Italian manufacturer, established by Luca Mazzanti and Walter Ferrell in 2002, so a relatively new company. They produced a 701 horsepower sports car, which they introduced in 2013, and no one's heard of it since. There's the Monte Carlo Automobile Company, MCA, and they produced a car in 1983, but didn't go anywhere from there. McLaren, we all know, as a race car builder, and they've got some neat street cars as well. McLaren is a British automobile manufacturer of sports cars which are designed and developed in-house. The company traces its roots back to the Formula One days of Bruce McLaren, starting in 1963. The McLaren Formula One team is one of the most successful motor racing teams in the history of the sport, only second to Ferrari. Good company. They make some neat machines, too. Melkus. Melkus? Melkus, M-E-L-K-U-S, was a German automobile marquee of a single-seat racing car. They were founded by Heinz Melkus in 1959, and the company existed from 59 through 86, and then from 2009 to 2012, making racing cars, Formula 3 primarily, and Formula Junior, and some Formula Fords. Now, they developed a single-seat road car, but it really didn't do much. Melling Sports Cars is a British manufacturer established by Al Melling to design and develop Melling Hellcats. Before the Chrysler Hellcat, the Dodge Hellcat, there was the Melling Hellcat. And it's a concept sports car introduced in 2007. It was supposed to be the world's fastest street-legal car in the world. Bugatti took it away. We all know about Mercedes. They used to go back to 1900. Mercedes-Benz, again, Mercedes and Mercedes-Benz. Got to think about this for a second. They've had many different names. There's also Mercedes-AMG, performance division of Mercedes. Mercedes-Knight, also part of Daimler, 1911 to 1924. Only 3 models were produced under the Mercedes-Knight name. Mercer was an American automobile manufacturer that operated from 1909 to 1925. That's unusual for a car company to go that long and then fail during the most prosperous time in automobile manufacturing. Ford's Model T was just killing everybody, and this probably was one of the issues. Now, the company was known for their high-performance sports cars, especially the Type 35 Runabout. Mercer Type 35 Raceabout was the most admired sports car in 1910. Can you think of any other sports cars that were in 1910? What was a sports car in 1910? All the cars were huge. Okay. Mercury was a division of Ford Motor Company started in 1938 by Edsel Ford. He created a new line of cars that would be a price gap, filled the price gap between the Lincoln and the Ford. And it stayed in production until 2010 when Ford pulled the plug on the Mercury models. MG is a British automobile manufacturer, a great marquee of sports cars. The company is best known for their midgets, open 2-seat sports cars. They had a couple of sedans and coupes like the MG Midget, the MGB, the MGB GT, the MGB V8, MGC with an Austin Healey 6-cylinder, and the MX Power SV. They haven't been in this country for decades. Minerva was a Belgian automobile company that operated from 1902 through 1938 and was one of the most prominent manufacturers of luxury vehicles at the time. The company originally manufactured bicycles and motorcycles starting in the 1890s. Before they switched to producing automobiles at the turn of the century, Minerva made such great machines as the Minerva 8AL Ralston convertible sedan, the Imperial or the Impera Minerva, and limousines were converted by many American film stars and politicians and industrialists because they had the same quality as Rolls-Royce but were less expensive. But going out of business in 1938 might have had something to do with the politics in that area just before World War II broke out. Mini is a British automotive manufacturer. Now, the Mini name as a standalone was created in 1969. It's owned by BMW. They bought it in 2000. The name Mini was first used in a series of small economy cars manufactured by British Motor Corporation, BMC, beginning in 1959. And it was in production until 2000, the marquee now used by BMW, and now the Minis have come back to the United States, where we didn't have them for quite a long time. Mitsubishi, we know. That's another Japanese company that's sold here in the U.S., and my wife actually worked for them. Mitsubishi Motors is a Japanese multinational automotive manufacturer. Now, they're not just an automotive manufacturer. That's what keeps them afloat, although Nissan now owns majority stake in Mitsubishi, and Mitsubishi is another company that has exited California. So we've lost a lot of car companies: Nissan, Toyota, Mitsubishi, just to name a few. And there others are looking at leaving, including Tesla. Mob Steel. Hey, you gotta buy a car called a Mob Steel, you know? I know it. Yeah, Mob Steel is an automotive design company, not a car manufacturer. But they do manufacture automotive aftermarket parts, not a manufacturer. Momo makes steering wheels. They're not a car manufacturer. Monteverdi. Monteverdi is a Swiss brand of luxury cars created in 1967 by Peter Monteverdi. It's known for its production of exclusive, high-performance luxury sports and touring cars that we don't get to see here in the United States. Now, they were only produced from 67 to 76. Mooncraft. Woo! Okay, Mooncraft was a Japanese automotive design and engineering company that was notable for designing the Mooncraft Shiden, a prototype race car developed to compete in the Super GT 300 class. Okay. Morgan's a specialty British company still in business today. They started building cars starting in 1910, and they had some great machines, including the Morgan three-wheeler. Most know them for the Morgan Plus 4s, the Morgan V8s, and so forth. They still have the same basic body design they've had for over a half a century. Morris. I had a Morris Minor. I had two of them, actually, two estate wagons, or Woodies, as we call them here in the U.S. Now, Morris Motors Limited was a British privately owned motor manufacturing company, and it was established by William Morris in 1912. The WRM Motors Limited, which originally manufactured bicycles before it started producing cars. It was later renamed to form the Morris Motors Limited Company in 1919. The company was notable for their small cars, subcompact cars, saloons, or sedans as we call them, such as the Morris Oxford 6, the Morris 14, and the Morris Minor, like I had. All right, we can go on and on because there's so many more M names here, but that's Monday, and it's M for Monday. So I hope you had a great day. Hope you're going to have a great week. It's a good start. Hey, best wishes going out to Robin Millar. It's Monday. Robin Millar, who's keeping the Pete Millar legacy alive with drag cartoons and such, is fallen ill. She's in the hospital, had some major back surgery, and is not doing real well, but she's starting to come out of it. So we wanted to say happy Monday to Robin. Hope you're getting better. She's in a hospital. Her sisters are planning to be there, and so forth. We're hoping she gets better real quick. But it's Monday. I'm Hot Rod Bob. You've got gas. The Great American Auto Scene, Morning Edition, part of Two Tire Guys Productions. Hey, go to our Two Tire Guys production page and gas page on YouTube. Sign up. It's free. Subscribe to our pages. You get to see all the gas episodes whenever you want, and you can get them on iTunes as well. I'm Hot Rod Bob. You've got gas, the Morning Edition. Hope you have a great day. Brought to you by Service Tech Equipment, Moon Eyes, Valley Head Service, Irwindale Speedway, and Drag Strip. You have a great day.